got a warm drink in hand. Perfection. About to dive into a story I believe will touch your heart. Ever had a small gift turn a holiday tense? Like starting the day with a sip of tea. Let's begin this video with peace and an open heart. Because sometimes, what hurts isn't words, it's what's wrapped in a pretty box. Hey, listener, you're about to dive into a story where a cherished family tradition teeters on the edge of love, belief, and understanding. I'm Marissa, 47, a single mom in Boulder, Colorado, raising my son Ethan, 19, whose partner, Skylar, 20, is gender fluid and brilliant. Our family's secret Santa, a joyful ritual, is meant to bind us, but this year, it's a minefield. When a conservative relative's gift choice threatens to wound Skylar, I face a choice: protect my son's love or preserve our family's harmony. Let's start where a spark of joy lit a fuse of conflict. I've lived in Boulder for 2 decades, my cozy ranch-style home filled with Ethan's skateboards and my pottery projects. As a graphic designer, I freelance, balancing deadlines with cheering at Ethan's college soccer games. Ethan's my world, thoughtful, bold, a kid who's grown into a man with a heart as big as the Rockies. He met Skylar at a campus art show a year ago, and their connection was in Skylar's sharp wit and quiet strength complementing Ethan's warmth. Skylar, gender fluid, uses they/them pronouns, and I've watched Ethan embrace their identity with love, not hesitation. At 47, I'm proud to see my son build a relationship grounded in respect, and I've welcomed Skylar like my own. Our family's secret Santa is sacred, a tradition from my childhood in Denver. Every December, my 3 siblings, Lisa and Nate plus their partners, draw names for gifts, capped at $50, shared at our Christmas Eve potluck. It's not just presents, it's laughter, stories, a thread tying us through years of change. This year, Ethan and Skylar joined as adults, a milestone that warmed me. I pictured Ethan's grin, Skylar's shy excitement, as we gathered at Lisa's cabin, snow dusting the pines. I wanted Skylar to feel at home, part of our quirky, loud clan, their first holiday with us a memory to cherish. Preparations were smooth. We drew names via email in November, and I got Tom's wife, easy to shop for. Ethan was buzzing, hinting at his gift without spilling. Skylar, new to the tradition, spent hours sketching ideas, their thoughtfulness shining. Everything felt right until a call from Lisa, my sister, 3 days before Christmas. Her voice was low, urgent. Marissa, we've got a problem. Daniel and Nate's girlfriend drew Skylar's name. She's planning to give them a Bible. My stomach dropped. Danielle, 29, Nate's partner of 2 years, is devout, conservative, her social media full of scripture and traditional values. A Bible wasn't just a gift, it was a statement, a judgment on Skylar's identity. I knew Danielle's beliefs made pointed comments at past gatherings, like calling non-binary pronouns confusing, but this felt deliberate, a jab wrapped in spirituality. Skylar, sensitive and perceptive, would see through it, the gift a spotlight on their difference rather than a welcome. Ethan, protective, would be furious, his trust in our family shaken. At 47, I saw the stakes. A holiday meant to unite could alienate my son and his love, turning our tradition into a battleground. I paced my kitchen, replaying Lisa's warning, torn between confronting Danielle and hoping she'd rethink her choice. Lisa's intel came from Nate, who'd overheard Danielle bragging to a church friend about her meaningful gift, framing it as a chance to guide Skylar. The word stung. Skylar wasn't a project, but a person, vibrant and whole. I thought of their art, their quiet courage in a world quick to judge, and how Ethan glowed around them. My role as a mom wasn't just hosting a holiday. It was shielding them both from harm, even if it came from family. But Danielle wasn't alone. Nate, smitten, rarely challenged her, and other relatives might see her gift as thoughtful, not cruel. I risked being the overreacting one, stirring drama over a tradition meant to spark joy. The countdown to Christmas Eve loomed, my home still decked with lights, but my heart heavy. I hadn't told Ethan yet, unsure how to warn him without tainting the holiday. Skylar deserved to feel safe, not judged, yet confronting Danielle could fracture our family's fragile balance. At 47, I stood at a crossroads. The Secret Santa traditions, a symbol of love, no, a test of how far I'd go to protect my son's chosen family. Listener, Marissa's family tradition is at risk as Danielle's gift threatens Skylar's place. Can Marissa defuse this without breaking bonds? Stay with Metha's stories about to unravel the cost of love when beliefs collide. Marissa's family Secret Santa tradition was at risk after she learned Danielle, her brother's conservative girlfriend, planned to gift a Bible to Skylar, Ethan's gender-fluid partner. At 47, a single mom in Boulder, Colorado, Marissa wanted her son Ethan, 19, and Skylar, 20, to feel welcomed in their first adult holiday with the family. Danielle's spiritual gift, laced with judgment, threatened to hurt Skylar and alienate Ethan, turning a joyful ritual into a battle over beliefs. Marissa faced a delicate choice: confront Danielle directly or set a broader boundary to protect Skylar without fracturing family ties. Her decision would test the strength of their bonds. Marissa wrestled with her options, pacing her Boulder kitchen, the glow of Christmas lights mocking her unease. A private message to Danielle could backfire. Danielle might double down, claiming her faith was under attack, and Nate, her smitten boyfriend, could take her side, escalating the drama. Marissa also feared singling her out would paint Skylar as fragile, undermining their strength. A broader approach felt fairer, a way to shield Skylar without making it personal. At 47, she'd learned family harmony often hinged on clarity, not confrontation, but clarity could still spark a storm. She chose a group message, drafting it carefully to balance firmness with warmth. Sent to all Secret Santa participants, Cybils, partners, Ethan. Skylar wrote, "Just a reminder for this year's Secret Santa, please avoid gifts with religious or political themes unless you know the recipient wants them. Our goal is joy and connection for everyone. Need gift ideas? Message me or anyone in the family." Marissa hit send, heart pounding, hoping the neutral tone would keep the peace while redirecting Danielle. The rule wasn't news. Secret Santa had always been about fun, not agendas, but spelling it out felt like a stand, a shield for Skylar's place at the table. Responses trickled in fast. Lisa, her sister, sent a heart emoji. Tom, her brother, typed, "Good call." Ethan replied with a thumbs up, unaware of the Bible plan, but sensing the vibe. Even Danielle reacted a single heart emoji. No comment. Marissa exhaled, daring to hope the message had landed. Skylar, busy with college finals, hadn't seen the chat yet, but Marissa imagined their relief at being spared a hurtful gift. For a moment, the holiday felt salvageable, the tradition intact, with Ethan and Skylar's inclusion secured. Then came the backlash. Marissa's mom, Helen, 72, a devout Catholic who didn't play Secret Santa but joined the family gathering, sent a private text. "Marissa, you're stripping Christmas of its true meaning. A Bible is a gift of love, not politics. Why are you bowing to the world's nonsense?" The words cut. Devlin had always been vocal about faith, but this felt personal, accusing Marissa of betraying their roots. Marissa, stung, responded calmly, "Mom, I respect your beliefs, but not everyone shares them. Secret Santa's about making everyone feel welcome, not preaching. I'm protecting Ethan and Skylar." Helen didn't reply, but her silence was loud, a sign of deeper disapproval. The criticism spread. Helen called Lisa, railing about secular nonsense ruining the family. Nate, Danielle's boyfriend, texted Marissa, "Was that message about Danielle? She's upset, feels targeted." Marissa clarified, "It's for everyone." Nate, no one singled out, just keeping things neutral. But the ripples grew. A cousin, close to Helen, posted a vague Facebook rant about families ashamed of faith, liked by Danielle. Lisa, fed up, temporarily blocked Helen's number to stop the nagging calls, whispering to Marissa, "Mom's making this a crusade." The family chat, usually full of holiday memes, went quiet, the tension palpable even miles apart. Marissa stood firm, but doubt crept in. At 47, she questioned if her message had been too blunt, stirring a fight where diplomacy might have worked. She'd wanted to protect Skylar, to show Ethan their love was valued, but now she risked being the family's troublemaker. Yet, Skylar's face bright, vulnerable left her grounded. A Bible, in Danielle's hands, wasn't just a book. It was a jab at Skylar's identity, a signal they weren't right. Marissa's role as a mom, as an ally, meant shielding them. Even if it meant taking hits from her own kin, the Christmas Eve potluck loomed, gifts wrapped but trust fraying. Marissa hadn't told Ethan or Skylar about the Bible plan, hoping Danielle would pivot to a safer gift. Her home, decked with lights, felt less festive, the weight of family judgment heavy. At 47, she faced a holiday shadowed by conflict, her love for Ethan and Skylar pitted against a tradition and a family struggling to embrace difference. Listener, Marissa's group message aimed to save Secret Santa, but sparked a family firestorm. Was her boundary fair, or did it fan the flames? Stay with Metha's stories about to face the fallout of defending love in a divided family. Marissa's attempt to protect Skylar, her son Ethan's gender-fluid partner, from a potentially hurtful Secret Santa gift had stirred a family storm. At 47, a single mom in Boulder, Colorado, Marissa sent a group message to ensure no religious or political gifts, aiming to shield Skylar, 20, from Danielle's rumored Bible gift. The message, meant to preserve the family's Christmas Eve tradition, sparked backlash. Devout Mother Helen called it anti-faith, and Danielle felt targeted. Now, as the holiday loomed, Marissa faced the fallout of her stand, hoping to salvage joy for Ethan, 19, and Skylar while navigating a family divided by beliefs. Marissa decided honesty was best, sitting Ethan and Skylar down 2 days before Christmas. In her cozy living room, fairy lights twinkling, she explained, Danielle drew Skylar's name for Secret Santa. There was talk she'd give a Bible, so I sent a group message to keep gifts neutral. Ethan's jaw tightened. Skylar's eyes dropped, their shoulders hunching. I didn't want you blindsided, Marissa added, voice soft. I'm sorry it's come to this. Skylar nodded, but their voice was small. It feels like I'm already a problem, and I haven't even done anything. Ethan squeezed their hand, angry. This is why I didn't want them to come. Mom, they shouldn't feel judged. Marissa's heart sank. She had wanted to protect them, but her warning made Skylar feel unwelcome, an outsider before the holiday began. The blow came when Ethan called the next day. We're not coming to the potluck, he said, voice firm. Skylar's anxious, and I'm not putting them through that. We'll do our own thing. Marissa's throat tightened. I understand, she said, but I wish you'd be there. Your family. Ethan softened. We know, Mom, but it's too much right now. Hanging up, Marissa felt torn, relieved they were prioritizing Skylar's comfort, but gutted that her son and his partner would miss a tradition she'd hoped would embrace them. At 47, she questioned her choice. Should she have handled Danielle quietly, sparing Ethan and Skylar this hurt? Christmas Eve arrived, Lisa's cabin aglow with candles and laughter, but the absences were loud. Ethan and Skylar stayed home, their gifts unopened under Marissa's tree. Then, Nate arrived alone. Danielle had opted out, citing a family emergency. Marissa braced for the gift exchange, dreading what Danielle's absence meant. When Skylar's name came up, Nate handed over her gift, a simple card with $50 inside. No Bible, no message beyond Merry Christmas. Marissa exhaled, relief washing over hair. No drama, no confrontation. Danielle's choice, whether spurred by the group message or second thoughts, avoided the hurt Marissa feared. But the victory was bittersweet. Ethan and Skylar's empty seats cast a shadow, their absence a wound no card could heal. Marissa's emotions swirled as the night unfolded. She laughed with Lisa, swapped stories with Tom, but her heart ached for Ethan's grin, Skylar's quiet humor. Had she overreacted, warning them about a Bible that never came? If she'd worked behind the scenes, called Danielle, diffused it privately, might they have come, felt safe. At 47, She saw the cost of her transparency. Protecting Skylar's dignity meant risking their comfort, and her stand had rippled beyond Danielle to her son's trust in family. Yet, she couldn't regret it. Skylar deserved to know someone was in their corner, that their identity wasn't up for debate. Even in a gift, Helen, her mom, stayed quiet during the potluck, her earlier criticism unspoken but felt. Marissa caught her eyeing the gift pile, perhaps wondering if her faith had been erased as she'd claimed. But Lisa's kids tore through wrapping, and Tom's bad puns filled the air, proof the tradition held despite the cracks. Marissa clung to a fragile hope. Her message, though divisive, had set a priesthood respect over dogma, inclusion over judgment. Danielle's neutral gift, intentional or not, was a small win. A sign change was possible. Later, alone with her journal, Marissa wrote to Skylar, words she'd share one day. You have a family who'll fight for you, even when it's messy. You're enough, just as you are. The holiday wasn't Halithan, and Skylar's absence stung, and Helen's disapproval lingered. But Marissa felt a seed planted. At 47, she'd stood for love, for Skylar's place, and though the cost was real, she hoped next Christmas would mend what this one broke, with Ethan and Skylar at the table, safe and seen. So, listener, thanks for staying. Marissa's stand spared Skylar pain, but cost her their presence. Was her warning worth it? Or did it deepen the divide? What would you do? Speak up or work in silence? Share bellow whim here. And if you're guarding someone's heart, remember, kindness shows up, even when not everyone does, and respect grows from the boundaries you hold.